Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whatever time you're watching this. Welcome back to some Darktide. Now, you may be looking at my veteran and being like, wait a minute. Isn't that the man who sold the world? And the answer is yes. Um, it came to me when I was driving earlier, is a really stupid build, trying to make a Metal Gear themed build. And I decided on these cosmetics. I don't have a eye patch and a bandana, unfortunately. Darktide, Fat Shark, you should get on that. But, this is, not horrible. As for the weapons, we have a combat blade, the Mach 6, with 20% sprint fishy, 2 stamina, ruthless backstab, and flesh tear. And then we have the Contrail Mach 10 heavy last pistol with damage on yielding and 2 stamina while it's active, with concentrated fire and infernus. Then for the talents, we have Longshot, Exhilarating Takedown, Shredder Grenade, Get Back in the Fight, Survivalist, because you get to shake enemies for ammo, Field Improv, Demolition Stockpile, Grenadier, Leave No One Behind, Infiltrate, and Surprise Attack. And we have Precision Strikes for the Emperor, Reciprocity, Desperado, Exploit Weakness, Skirmisher with Weapon Specialist, Always Prepared, and Invigorated. That's the build. Let's get into a game, shall we? Alrighty, and we're in. It's lonely here, eh? So DoorDash announced a new thing where it's called Buy Now, Pay Later, where you essentially can pay for your DoorDash order in 4 one-time installments. Now, let me just say, Dave Ramsey, I'm not a big fan of the guy. I think a lot of his advice is just downright useless or outdated. He is a guy who does not know how much the dollar is worth, but never in my life have I seen a man more vindicated than him. We all knew that DoorDash is expensive and you shouldn't do it. It's kind of wasteful spending 9 times out of 10. But if I find out one of you is doing the buy now pay later thing for DoorDash, I will show up to your home in the middle of the night and make you feel unsafe. It's just the only thing getting food delivery from DoorDash is come on now. My toe is so swollen. I absolutely slammed the fuck out of it yesterday, and it's still swollen and purple. Why was that so loud?
Secrecy is often necessary,
Yeah.
but can prove destructive.
But I can understand DoorDashing groceries or whatever, or Instacarting or whatever it's called in your area. But getting food, if you're gonna get food delivered, get pizza. Go get an actual place that delivers, and not some DoorDash guy. I genuinely think that if more places hired delivery drivers, they can make more money because people would stop buying from DoorDash and buy from them directly. You know what I'm saying? Which I know what I'm saying. Obviously, when you buy from DoorDash, you're buying from the place, but you'd probably get more money because more people would probably just order from you than going through DoorDash or whatever. So you don't have to pay whatever. You can probably just get more people to buy from you because it'd be cheaper than DoorDash, so you would make more money. That's what I was trying to say, man. I very loosely got around to it. I think I crit there, which is why I was able to just stand there. I think it counted me as dodging because I have the thing.
Sneak in.
Stop it. Alright, Got it eventually.
Stop letting the side die.
That's a lot of meat. There.
So much for that. Just your skill.
Whew. There. I'm helping.
Meditate station. Contact.
I'm just gonna stand here real quick. Get off me. Fun fact, if you're stealth, you can underhand the grenades and they won't knock you out of stealth. Don't know if anyone knows. The same thing works with crack grenades, but obviously if you underhand the crack grenades, it won't stick. So you gotta actually manually aim it, so be warned. Same thing also works for smoke grenades, but really, who in this day and age uses smoke grenades? The smoke grenades just need a rework, or like they need either be reworked or just chained to like a, maybe like to a gas grenade, right? It's kind of like a bit of a, not necessarily a stun grenade, but like makes the enemies like not, maybe make the enemies like able to target each other instead, like they're delirious in the gas or whatever, and have it do a little bit of poison or something. Because I don't think like smoke grenades really. Thank God for that mutant. I just think the smoke grenades just need a rework. They're clearly not doing much. Shoot him in the arm, easy. Hello? Don't mind me, I'll just be taking them grenades. I was gonna throw another grenade down, but the flamer's already activated, so maybe not yet. I'll throw another, whatever. Well, that sucks. Lol. Damn, the ogre just spat on that thing. Hawk tool.
Leading the enemy.
Get that off there. Whatever, I missed. What else? Heard a lot of, you know, not the Assassin's Creed Shadow post again, but I've been hearing a lot of good things about it, which is good. There's also a, there's one interesting thing. So, the new Assassin's Creed games, those are the more RPG style ones, they don't always, let you one-shot kill an assassin. So if an enemy's too high level or has too much HP, you won't usually be able to just one OCO, right? Which is like, you know, the corruption saved me. Now, usually what this means, essentially, there's a skill that you get, and obviously, you know, as you level, you'll be able to OHKO more people. There's a skill you can get that allows you to, essentially gives you a quick time event on each assassination, and if you get it right, you get the kill, which I like that more personally, because I think it's just a little more fun, although I'm not, you know, I'm not going to say that the one-hit kills are stupid or whatever, because there is a setting, apparently, in Shadows that lets you just get the... It just turns on insta-kill assassinations. It's under the difficulty settings, and honestly, good. I think that's a good option. One, it helps people who like are more casual gamers, who don't necessarily like the RPG elements. It helps alleviate some of that nonsense. And then also, like, for older Assassin's Creed fans, we're like, yeah, I like my one-hit kills on my assassinations. It's rewarding me for stealth. You know, it's good for them. And you know, once again, I'm never gonna be a person that'd be like, oh, difficulty sliders are bad. I think that difficulty is part of art occasionally with video games. Like Celeste, I don't think would be as... Celeste is literally, like... Part of the difficulty of Celeste is it's part of the story and a part of, well, Celeste's story. I don't remember if her name is Celeste. The main character from Celeste. I think her name is Celeste, or maybe that's the nun. I was like, I hear a flamer. Uh-oh. Whew. Thank God my stealth came up at that time, or otherwise that could have been bad. I was like, where are my grenades? The dreaded 0 grenades button. I just punched my mic. I'm so sorry if I made a noise. I went to scratch my head. But it is very funny seeing, like, I know I've been Assassin's Creed Shadow posting for, like, the past 3 days, but please bear with me. Asmongold, who's, like, he's one of those gamers.tm. He's been playing Shadows, and it's just very funny. His chat so desperately wants him to hate the game, and he's like, yeah, no, I like it. They're like, oh, are you going to complete it? He's like, yeah, I will. And they're like, you don't have to force yourself, bro. And he's like, no, I'm liking it. And just watching his chat. Don't go to a stream. This is just a clip on Twitter. Because Asmongold is by far one of those gamers.tm, but he's also like a clout farmer.tm. So, you know. Very funny. Speaking of, Queso is a interesting case when it comes to streamers, because he's a kind guy. He's a fun dude. You know, he's respectful, very caring about other people. He supports like trans people and gay people and stuff. And his audience, if you just reacted to his Twitch audience, I should say, you would believe that he's one of those gamers.tm, because holy shit, his chat can be some of the most like cringe people. And I think it's because like. He, like, kind of got big off of, like, the clips of him, like, making jokes at his own expense. So people are like, oh, if you can make fat jokes, clearly that means every demographic is acceptable. Meanwhile, I doubt Queso would allow you to make fat jokes about other people. He makes it about himself because he thinks it's funny and he's fine with it. But man, like his Twitch chat, like he every few weeks, a clip of him going off on his Twitch chat for being cringe goes like goes out there, and he's like, you guys saying slurs, and it's like on chat's like, oh, freedom of speech or freedom of expression. I'm like, oh yeah, how about you go express yourself in public and see if you don't wake up in a ditch. Ow! Wow! That was insane amount of damage. But yeah, I think what I mean, I'm not gonna tell, obviously. Oh, I hit my stealth button, it didn't go off. But holy ow. I mean, really, what I would do in Queso's position, if I had that on this, I would just go into sub-only mode for like 3 days, and it would, or at least follower-only mode or something, or slow mode in chat or something, and it would just alleviate, I think, a lot of those like people from his community. But I should just say his Twitch chat, because from what I've seen, his community elsewhere are some of the nicest, like kindest, most fun people you'll online. Shame his Twitch chat is not the same. Also, the Twitch chat, like,
See me coming.
obviously Queso's okay with fat jokes, but like, they could be more funny about it. Like, they stopped being funny after a while because now they're just repeating the same thing. And his chat can't seem to catch a hint when he's like, they're making all these fat jokes and he's not reading them. It's like, you guys just need to be funnier. It's not even a thing of like him being annoyed at the jokes, because he said multiple times he's fine with the jokes. But they're just not funny. But of course, what do I know? Yeah, I got rinsed alive right there. That hurt. I will say my favorite thing about Queso is the fact that his camera is he's not centered in his camera most of the time. So it's just like the top like third of his like his head and shoulders are in, and the rest of him is just kind of like hidden. So it's like you're watching a dwarf on stream. It's fun. Okay, well. Nice.
Was I imagining all those nice big comms arrays on the Morning Star?
Alright, that's my coffee going. Do I have water? Because I'm still thirsty.
What value is there in striving if it goes unchallenged?
I was making fajitas last night, and my ass used way too much soy sauce. Because I didn't know the meat was pre-salted. It was pre-salted meat, and then I used like a third of a cup of soy sauce. I wasn't making that many, but it was just for myself. And my ass went, that's salty. So that's my bad. Are we going this way? I was gonna say, isn't this way the way we go? I gotta turn around for a second. I have I have coffee ice cream in my freezer. Would that be cringe of me to have it at 11 o'clock in the morning? I don't think so, because it's coffee. I'm just saying. Let's see if I can get the fancy inspect. Damn, I tried. I do like this last pistol skin a lot, though. I like how, like, long the body is, if that makes sense. Like, there's no, like, dip. If
Stealth training, do your thing.
Didn't even see me coming. Well, I was gonna go run back and get those grenades, but maybe not. Shit. Oh, I missed. I will say the schmovement. Not really schmovement. I kind of just slammed against the hordes until they broke and then I slipped through. Oh, that's not good. Chaos spawns have been my nightmare lately. They've been getting me in, I don't know how, but they've been getting me in corners every single time almost. At least when I'm not playing Ogren. I'm not, what can I say, I'm rusty.
From concealment.
I think that dog just leapt, oh no. Ah, it's happening again. Okay, we're good. Shot him right in the groin in that one. That Oko me too. Jesus. You know, it's very funny whenever there's a new Monster Hunter game, the cycle begins anew. Now, if you're wondering what the cycle is all the Monster Hunter players, or people who are new to Monster Hunter or whatever, get really into it, they get HR 141 in like a week, and then they complain about no content. Then they play Generations. They realize Generations is an incredible game. They play the fuck out of it. The new content comes out. They complain about being out of content. Then they go back to Generations. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. Now, is Generations my favorite Monster Hunter? No. It's probably like, you know, it's you know, it's not bad. I'm not gonna say it. Would I say it's top 5? No. But I do like it. I'm not gonna. You know, there's no Monster Hunter game I actively dislike other than like, ow.
Gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, there's no Monster Hunter I dislike. I mean, there's ones I like more than others. Like I don't like Try, but I love 3U. You know how it goes. Also, whenever people complain about monster rosters, it's always just very funny. Like, you guys did not play Try. That had, like, 11 monsters in it.
Data stream. Acceptable quality.
But one thing I want them to bring back from Generations so badly, and, like, have it be more common in the series, is the Prowler mode. Where you let me play as the Palicos, you know? Like, being able to play as the Palicos is so fun. You know, speaking of Palicos, I actually I was thinking about making a video about Palicos, and comparing new Palicos to old Palicos, because people were talking about, like, oh, Palicos are so OP now, and I'm like, Palicos have always been OP. Like, Palicos weren't there to, like, they're there to make the game easier. They've always been OP. It's just, it's different in how they're OP, and I don't think people realize this. So, Palicos, back in the day... Sorry, one sec. Palicos back in the day wouldn't heal you as much as they do now. And they don't have, like, as many, like, they don't have the funny tools they do now. I mean, they had, like, the Wrath of Meow and whatnot, but I'm talking about, like, Plundering and Flash Flies. But you could set your Palicos. Palicos used to have, like, designations. So, like, typically the Palico you would get, and you would have 2 Palicos. You only get 1 Palico now. But you get 2 Palicos, and they would be, like, support, medic, gatherer, and then, like, bombardier or whatever, or, like, you know, and maybe, like, one more, I can't remember. I think maybe fight was one, or it would just go, I think it would go into a rage more or something. So, like, your medical ones would, like, you know, they'd blow the healing horn, they'd, like, drop healing materials for you, and stuff like that, and they, like, you know, antidote and stuff. Then the support ones would draw, or, like, the trapper ones would, put, like, shock traps down and shit, you know, like, stuff like that. They would put, I think they would drop flash bombs occasionally, but they didn't, So I'd have to go back and look at old Palicos, but, like, essentially you would have them have designations. Not that the Gatherer one would, like, gather stuff. Like, Palicos used to have your Healing Horn, Mega Healing Horn, Antidote Horn, Armor Horn, and Demon Horn. And then they would also have, you know, whatever their designation was for their class or whatever. And they would also be way more prone to save you. So if you got stunned, knocked over, even roared sometimes, or like incapacitated in any way, they would run over and smack you on the ass. They also, like, you know, would, you know, do some other stuff to help you out there. But nowadays, they're more likely to just heal you rather than smack you out. In fact, I think out of my entire Wilds playthrough, with all the times I've been, like, incapacitated, I've been knocked around maybe once by my cat to save me. So it's just a shift in power. But Palicos have always been OP. It's kind of the point. They're there to make the game easier. They're for the casual players who don't want full monster aggro, you know? And they're your little buddies. They're friends. Now, it's just, you know, it's just a power shift on what the Palicos can do now. Now, Wilds is probably the most powerful Palicos have been, but they're not, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's very similar strength. But I was thinking about making a video on that stuff, but yeah, I'll have to write the script or whatever. But if you made this far in the video, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, or don't. I am not your mother, but you better brush your teeth and have a good one. Bye-bye.